This hearing was virtual, so there was no one really inside the courtroom. The judge was there, and she pretty much heard testimony. It all started with a lieutenant, and this was really important in the case, a case where Garner's mother, Gwen Carr, really wants transparency, and that's what this hearing is going to do. Inside the walls of New York Supreme Court, a judicial inquiry into the killing of Eric Garner, possibly the final milestone in the case, something Gwen Carr, Garner's mother, has been pushing for since day one of her quest for answers.
It's been delays, it's been postponements, it's been just always trying to sweep it under the rug. But as Eric's mother, I was not letting it get swept under the rug.
Garner's death returns to public view with testimony from about a dozen witnesses, including several officers directly involved. One is Lieutenant Christopher Bannon, a supervisor the day Garner was put in an illegal chokehold. Bannon was asked about a text message he sent responding to an officer at the scene who made him aware Garner was in bad shape, might be DOA. Bannon replied, "Not a big deal. We were effecting a lawful arrest."
That was a real slap in the face. For you to say that it's not a big deal, and my son lay dead on the ground. There was no sympathy, no empathy. It was just that business as usual.
In this proceeding, no one is facing any charges or will be held liable for anything. It's about transparency and giving the public a better understanding of what happened that day 7 years ago when Garner took his last breath. Garner's death galvanized millions around the world. His last words became a national outcry.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
It woke up a movement for change to the justice system and demands that police officers be held accountable. Mayor Bill de Blasio will not testify in this hearing, but when asked about it during his daily news briefing, de Blasio had this to say.
It's horrible. It's one of those days in New York City history that just continues to pain us. I wish somehow it never had happened.
The mayor also went on about some of the changes the NYPD has made since Garner's death. Retraining the entire force is one.
But I hope, as we end this chapter, that we realize we just got to keep at the work so we never have another tragedy like that again.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the city law department said, "While we don't believe that there is a need for the summary inquiry to go forward, as so much has already been made public about the tragic event, we look forward to the hearing and satisfying the court's order for further transparency." Now, the hearings will go on for at least 2 weeks. We expect to hear from a sergeant next, and this sergeant is important because what we'll hear is her lack of training as far as rendering aid to Eric Garner when he was taking his final breath. For now, we're live in Lower Manhattan. Nicole Johnson, Pix 11 News.